Brooke, welcome in. Happy Monday. What the fuck? Why does it look like this? Hmm. How do I make you go away? Hmm. Oh, here we go. Turn that shit off. Thank you for the hat pat, much appreciated. Hope Monday has treated you well, though I know you're going. You're fucking firing on all cylinders right now. Hopefully we can distract for a bit. Let's dogging. No specular lighting. Alright. Your voice is a welcome aid indeed. I am glad to help. Okay. I need to add the goggles. I need to fix the UV maps, and then I need to actually make the texture. Which doesn't like Arizona? I don't blame him. Mesh. Me. My position needs adjusting. Mesh tail. Which has the same skin tone? No. I have not. This is still Emile's texture. I just changed the colors to be more like witchy. I will be changing skin tone. And as you can see, we have a snoot. I am upgrading Witchy's furry status by like 1 level. We're getting just a little bit of snoot. We're getting the nose. And they are going to be furred, so the quote-unquote skin will be a little darker, but that is not because Witchy has melatonin. Or melanin, sorry. That is just the fur. You're reaching kimono level. Right. Goggle. I need to figure out how to make and goggle. Another new mesh. Octagon? Not octagon, hexagon. I want to make like a hexagon. Add cylinder. 6. That's how big the goggles should be. I know that's how Val would want it. Rotate along the Z90. Which she always had a little bit of melanin. She's kind of caramel toned. This is true. Big gog. A little bit bigger than that. Like this. That probably works. Val, can you send me a picture of like goggles, either on your model or like an inspiration? I just need to get a vague idea of what the goggles should look like. Mirror along. Oh, with reference to meta rig. Your fucking Coke bottle glasses. I guess they can just like. They can just go directly into the head. Doesn't really make a huge difference. That's the beauty of low resolution models. Just fucking have shit clip into shit. It's fine. Need a little bit of a curve to them. Or maybe they just need to rotate more. There we go. That is not intentional, given it shows up in the eyes, but the red on the underside of the hair is great. Go. I do... Let's go! Welcome in, Monster. I do like the... Because it has the under... It has the, that sort of two-tone under hair, two-tone look. I do really like it, but... You're right. That is not actually part of the model. That is a tool in Blender, so I can see... what faces are... outward facing and which ones are inward facing. So like if I go in here, for example, and we do, where the fuck is it? Was it Alt N? Yeah. And flip it. So if I flip the normal on this face, it'll be bright red so that I know that the normals on this are backwards. So it's useful. It's useful because without that, it's not immediately obvious right now if a face is inside out, but if I then import it into Blender and try to do lighting shit, and I have random faces that are inside out, it ain't gonna look right. So I just have that on all the time now, because I definitely do some real mesh fuckery sometimes, and that will frequently result in faces accidentally being inside out. Now, where was I? So change your level of autism, but your brain would be like, just position them so they would actually cover her eyes and then move them up. So I had that thought, but with stylized characters, especially with like anime characters, eyewear just straight up doesn't make sense. It will not be the right size to actually be usable. But it is the right size for the design. So welcome in, Monster. Happy Monday. Hopefully it's not being too much of a Monday for you. Scale. Nope. Oh, that's not good. Maybe I can do this. Nope. What the fuck? Uh-oh. Hang on. Why did this happen? There we go. Little. There we go. That looks right. Okay, man, Mike looks pretty AM2 like. Yeah, where PS1 is the was the peak of 3D modeling, so that's always going to be the vibe. Welcome in, Jade. Happy Monday. Hopefully not too much of a Monday. Dude, I had a real fucking Monday moment. I logged into work this morning, and the head of my department was out on PTO. Everyone was out sick except for me and the new guy couldn't log into his account for a good part of the morning, so there was a glorious hour or so where I was literally the only person in my department. I was fucking running the show, dude. Company of one. Will this work? Nope, it does not like that. Let's try this. Okay, it's kind of working. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Might have been a little... No, that's fine. That's fine. Field promotion. If only they field promoted a salary. I mean, it was like a couple hours. I certainly wouldn't say no, but I don't know if it would have made that much of a difference. I should make sure that this gets mapped properly. There we go. Now there will be no confusion. Oh, this is gonna be a bitch to UV map, I just realized. Because it's at a really weird, awkward angle. Ah, thank you for the goggle foul. Yeah, that's simple. That's just a shape, and then a little thing in there, and then like a strap. Yeah, it's fine. Mm, add plane. You can do a little loop cut and get rid of these. Because of the modifier. Feels like ship is very simple because that's where your skill level lies, but also you think it looks fine enough. Yeah, I think you just like toss some flat colors on here and it'll be fine. And for added aesthetic appeal, of course, we're gonna offset it a little bit. A little asymmetry. I spent a good bit of Sunday and most of today working on editing that FGO gameplay. Ooh, cool. We love creative endeavors around here, man. That's fucking sick. Made some bite-sized clips from individual jokes. It's progress. We love to see it. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think those are, in fact, what goggles look like. Oh, you know, hang on. There we go. Now, apply Set origin to geometry. That's not correct. Why do you look like that? That's literally impossible for that to be where the geometric origin is. Origin to center of mass. There we go. That's better. I am fascinated as to how the geometric center was not calculated to be like in the middle, considering this was made using a fucking mirror. It was using a mirror like modifier. It was symmetrical by fucking code of law. How did that happen? Set this over here. Do a little bit of this. Hang on. Move on just a little bit. There we go. This is the jankiest possible way to try and line this up. It's getting a little too wacky. Good enough. There is one more trick up my sleeve. Whoa. Why does it do that? Okay, anyway, we're going to pretend that didn't happen. I'm going to do like this. And we're going to grab both of these. And we're going to scale. There we go. A little bit of taper doesn't hurt. Saint, welcome in. Happy Monday. It sounds like you're having a hell of a Monday. I think playing because symmetry is also a vibe, but Altai is Altai my most symmetrical character design? I don't think so, because she has the hair is definitely not symmetrical, and I don't think the dress is symmetrical either. I could be wrong about that. Hang on, let me investigate. In terms of the most symmetrical out of the designs that I have, I think Mino's version is definitely more symmetrical. I think the one that I drew originally is probably less so. Let me see. Because I just looked at Mino's version, and that one is definitely, aside from the hair, I think it is symmetrical. So that probably would be the most. I just need to remember where the fuck my version is. Here we go. It's a little hard to tell. I think I wanted the dress to be asymmetrical. It's kind of the angle that I drew it at is like this garment of clothing doesn't quite make any fucking sense. But I think it was my intention to have the dress be asymmetrical. Alta is going to be really fun to make because then I'm going to have to make the model a lot more pear shaped, and that'll be interesting to see if I can make the skeleton like still work properly. It should be fine. If I just make the legs like hella thick, but the position of them should be like mostly the same. I think it should be fine. It'll be interesting though. We'll see. All the way make one leg shorter? Maybe if I ever make a pirate. Unless she stands up, Altai does not have a thigh gap. True. Yeah, that'll help, like, if I just make the legs thicker and close the thigh gap, that means they'll still be centered with the bone. So, should be good. Trying to figure out if that is the right amount of asymmetry. It's kind of subtle. If it's too subtle, it just looks kind of wrong. But if you go too far in one direction, it also looks wrong. I think this will suffice. Maybe we just move it a little bit. Just move a little bit over. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So we have jacket. I made the fuzz. It's a little hard to tell because the material is all black. Maybe if I turn if I turn specular lighting back on, it's easier to tell. I think this works for like low poly fur trim. There we go. The fuzz. Fur trim can always be squeezed in. It's the most important accessory. It's true. The one thing I'm kinda... Wait a minute. Oh yeah, Altai does have fur trim on hers. The one thing I'm kinda bummed about is that Witchy and Altai both have fur trim on their outfits, and Brea does not. And part of me really wants to find a way to get fur trim on Brea's outfit, but I can't find one. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't think I can make it fit. I would really like for them to all have it because that would be cool as like, you know, part of the uniform that they have going on, but Does not look like it's gonna happen. Yeah, rabbit's foot keychain or something? Maybe. But that would be so like it would barely be there, especially on a low poly model like this. Something like a rabbit's foot keychain would be a texture. It would be part of the texture. It would not get modeled individually. Hey, we got goggle, we have clothes, we have tail. I think the modeling part of this is done. The next would be texturing. Dog confirmed. You can make the collar lower and then add the trim there, but I don't think it would look good is the thing. The cloak that she has doesn't really it wouldn't work if I put fur trim on that. I could look at the fucking Doom Guy cape. No, I think the Doom Guy cape is like a full pelt, which is also a slightly different look. So I don't know if I can do that either. Now this is some foul music. This is perfect. Okay. Let's fix some UV things before I go changing the texture. Cause some shit here is real fucked up and bad. Like, I had to, when I messed with the hair, the hair UVs got utterly fucking ruined. So let's start with that. So because fur trim just works on pilot type outfits? Yeah. Okay, I think the easiest way to do this is to find a reference point. Okay, so that's the top of the head there. So this is the front. The front is pretty unfucked with. So this will work good. This will work good as a reference point. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. It might be. Oh, I think it is, yeah. Because it's off to the side. I don't think it's supposed to be that far off to the side. But we can cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, so there's the front. And then I can tell this is going to be the back. So... what do you look like? Okay. Okay, so... how about you? I don't know if you're supposed to be there. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to grab these all the way down here. I think that's going to be part of the back. Okay. Project from view. Oh. The ear is going to be real interesting, because I think that's going to poke out of the UV area. For stuff like Brea's sci-fi outfit, that's basically antithetical. I think there is definitely a way to make it work. But, like, I think there's a way to make it work for sci-fi, and the first thing that comes to mind is Destiny. I think Destiny did a great job of having a lot of stuff like that for the Titan class. But the issue is that that's a Titan thing. Like, they kind of have that sort of callbacks to ancient styles of dress mixed in with their sci-fi, but that's like their brand of sci-fi. Whereas Brea would be closer to a hunter, and I don't think there's any hunter gear that has fur trim. I'll move this here for the time being, just so I can safely grab everything here. And then move this back up. I need to make sure this is scaled appropriately. This is going to be so confusing. But it will make sense to me. This is where, like, the top of the head goes. Like, here? I think I see it. I think I see where it's supposed to fit. Yeah, this goes here-ish. And then slide it this way. And we got something like this. Yeah, I think that's right. Which means, as I feared, I've really got to rein in the ears. So I'm just gonna yoink. There we go. Looks fine. And then we gotta do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully it will still make sense to you next year. Yeah, well, if I fix it now, then it will definitely make sense to me the next time I see it. Okay, let me do the same thing here. Oh, that's so bad. There is like a... I'm not gonna fix it because it's funnier that way. This does not have... I don't know if you can see the... Oh, you can't see it on here. You can't see it on stream, but there's like a... Let me see if I can get it on screen. This doesn't have one of those little yellow lines that marks an edge, which means this whole thing is just kind of freeballing. Like, this is clearly supposed to be a four-sided pyramid, and you've got this side, and you got this side, and you got this side that's like two sides put together. I don't think this is going to be a problem because the shape is so distinct. No rendering engine is going to be confused about what order to render this shit in. But that's definitely going to bite me in the ass later, and I'm actively choosing to not do anything about it because live for the content. Because whatever character I make that I reuse this model for, I'm gonna be messing with the hair and end up with some absolutely fucked topology. And I'm gonna look at that and be like, why the fuck did I do that? And that's gonna be good content. And the first character I can think of that I would do that for is definitely Paprika. Because they are also dog. So I would just take the witchy model, shorten the hair, shorten the tail, and call it a day. And then look at that hair and be like, why the fuck did I do that? Okay. I believe that's all the parts. Let's slide that back off screen. Player 2, witchy, indeed. I'm doing a lot in Blender. I should like reorder the sources based on what I'm using mainly at the time. So Blender in front for now. Project from view. Slide those down there. Highlight everything. And this should be even easier because I just need to look for the similar shape. There we go. That part of the hair is not fucked. The rest of it looks well enough. I should definitely check. Neighbor Pidgey and Pokopia just walked up to you like, look how preen the inside of my wings are. Nobody ever appreciates that. They did a good job with the dialogue. Yeah, that's great. That is absolutely, I feel like, a thought a bird would have. So they killed it on that front. Bird thoughts. Not this one, because that's the top of the head. Okay, these are good. They don't need to be touched. Okay. Up to like... up to here is good. I should probably redo the other ones. Honestly, even that one's not great. Start from here. These are good. And from here, this is all I need. I can rebuild the rest of it from here. So you need to grab all of these. Did I grab this one? Yes. Yes, I did. Okay. Grab all of these. Okay, that's part of that. That's definitely not. Okay. Let's grab these. Oh, I gotta map the insides here. That shouldn't be so bad. Grab these. Okay. And then project from view. Put these over here. And I just need to make them fit around this piece. And then we're golden. Oh, right. The fucking ears again. Line them up with those. Now they should be even. We still got some shit here that's real bad. Hmm. That's these. And these. That one's already fixed. Oh, right, these. Okay. Can I project that from the front? That'd be perfect, because then I can grab these as well. Whoa! They're gonna see some friends you haven't seen in a while? Hell yeah! Have fun, Jade. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good time with the buds. That's super fucked. As is that and that. How did this happen? This bottom half, I know how that happened. It's because I extended this hair down because Emo's hair was not this long. So I know how these are fucked up. How did these get fucked up? That was already part of the hair before. What about these? These are fine. Okay. So that will be a good reference. I don't know. I don't know if these are fine. It's genuinely a little hard to tell. I'm going to leave them alone. It's probably all right. Okay, and then these need to line up with this. Holy shit, I just magically got the scale exactly right. Fucking... Sometimes it's just that easy. Sometimes we're fucking gamer. Okay. That looks... That looks good. That's some fucking hair, bro. That is some positively unfucked hair. And then, slightly easier part, we do the same thing with the tail. The tail's just going to use the hair texture. Uh-oh. Hang on. The hair is slightly too long down here. Let's fix that. There we go. Okay, now we do the same with the tail. Oh, look at that. It's all, well, I was gonna say, it's already kind of mapped correctly on one side. The other side is the abyss. Honestly, even this side's only like half right. Half of the faces are also black. Alright. I think the easiest way to do this is to map it from the top. And rotate 180. I want that to be further up. That would be slightly annoying to implement. Let's see. I can do this. That's better. I'm going to grab the bottom half here. This is perfect. And all of these are going over here. Give it a nice shaded look. And we're also going to do that for these little under flaps. There we go. Dark side of the tail. I think this little tail spike is maybe a little... needs a little reining in. Something like this. That works. And then I need to make sure that bones are happening. And me as a necromancer. It'd be like that sometimes. Okay. I need to show bones. This is going to get very messy. Okay, so I wanted this in 4 segments. Where is jacket? Where is jacket? Yeah, get rid of that. Whew. It's scandalous. Taking off the fucking... Taking off the jacket's like, oh, you're naked now. Is that the right height? It's like coming straight out of the butt. Let's... Where is it? Mesh tail. Push that up a little bit. There we go. And also you need to be like that. Don't lose witches, she's like your daughter. I would certainly hope not. She's based on my fucking partner. We can't be pulling a fucking Ken Levine over here. Not for any of my OCs. All my OCs are getting railed 3 ways from Sunday. Is that too high? I think that's fine. I think that's totally fine. What does it look like with the jacket? It's like busting straight out the back of the jacket, but that's fine. We can just say there's a cut. There's a little slit in the back of the jacket that rests on either side of the tail. It's fine. It's fine. Meadow and Shamisen is always a goated combination. Okay, now where was I? Add bone. Why is it like that? Okay. Boy, howdy, I don't know where the head of this bone is. How do I make the bones not look like this? B-bone. Octahedral? Yes. I am the bone of my sword. Rotate 90. Sorry. Rotate negative 90. Thank you. Clown ass putting an invisible bone in her mouth as a treat. I'll put a... Yeah, you know what? You can finish that. you can finish that statement. This goes right about here. This goes here. What are these other bones called? Also, I don't need you to be an octahedral anymore. Tail. Tail. And then we extend. Extrude along the Y until you get about here-ish. I need wireframe mode. Here? Yes. And then extrude one more time. 1, 2, 3. And then right to the end. Which means this is the longest a tail can be. I sure fucking hope I don't make a character with a longer tail than this, because it's gonna be really annoying to fix the rig so that it can retrofit a longer tailed character into Godot. I guess I could rename it and have it be like Longtail, and because if you change the name, Godot's really nice in that if you make an animation, it will look for the name of the bones that it's applying the animations to, and if it doesn't find them, then it just doesn't do anything. So if I make a longer-tailed character and change these bones to be named Longtail or something, and then put that in Godot, I can make separate animation tracks for the bone named Longtail. So then animations will do one thing for regular tail, and then they'll do a different thing for Longtail, as long as I keep my naming consistent. Which is very handy. Parent, spine. Oh, I can't wait to see how fucked up it's gonna be when I try to move this, because I haven't done any vertex painting. I'm curious if I need to attach that to spine or spine 1. It might be spine 1. Just looking, like, physically at it. Let's do that. Let's map that to spine 1, because chances are it's... Wait? I see the way those fucking dots are moving. No, you are supposed to be attached to regular spine. Okay, that's perfect. His future squirrel girl OC found dead in a ditch. We'll make it work. I think this is long enough for a squirrel tail. That's fine. Mesh goggle. Okay. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. Oh, I also need to make vertex groups for the fucking tail. Hang on. If I go not you. I need something that already has the vertex group set up. We go here and go to weight paint. Yeah, it's not there. Okay. Let's see. I can remember how to do this. Probably. Uh... Armature... Bone collections. Bone settings. Deform? Did that work? We're gonna fucking find out. It sure didn't. I should undo whatever that was. We're not gonna do that. In fact, oh, me trying to remember how the fuck to add new vertex groups. Oh, Blender. Welcome in, Hut. Happy Monday. Thank you for the hydrate. Connected, inherit scale, bone collection. Deform. Okay. Yes, deform. Do I just have to reparent? Is that what it is? Hang on. Because they have deform values. Ah, I see you're having a Monday, unfortunately. It be like that. Okay, we grab all of these. And then grab this. And then we control parent. Armature deform. Armature deform. If I just do that. And then weight paint. That did not work. Okay, so we do not make parent. Armature deform with empty groups? There we go. Okay, that's how you fucking do it. It's easy. No wonder I didn't remember, because it's so fucking easy that I never thought to commit it to memory. Gonna eep soon? Well, I hope it helps. I hope you have a good eep and a better Tuesday. Okay, the easiest thing to do right now is the tail. Tail 1. Oh, I have to turn the normal facing indicator off. Otherwise, I'm going to get confused when weight painting. How did I do that? Face orientation. There we go. Go away. You were useful. Let's see what else is fucked up. So... Okay. Tail is working. That's great. The goggles and the fur trim, not so much. Which makes sense, because I did not, like, paint them yet. Also, this is one of my favorite parts of rigging, is when you test and you just do the you just do whatever the fuck this is. It's like if you were that thing that people do in videos where they have a 3D model and they didn't feel like animating it, but it's supposed to be talking, so they just like do this. That's my favorite bit. Ooh, that's no bueno. Wait. Shut up, phone. Is that? Yeah, no, that's not great. It should probably move with. It should probably move with this part of the spine. She looks like she's exploding. Missile dog. Tail movement is good, but of course, it's not actually. Wait a minute. That's strange. That's not supposed to be like that. That's not supposed to be like that. What? Hmm. Okay, hang on. I'm kind of surprised that actually, I want to see something. I'm surprised that the ears are working normal, but I have a sneaking suspicion. No, they just work. Weird. I definitely need to do something about this. This is a bit of a problem. But yeah, no, the ears are fine. They're just attached to the head. I'm kind of surprised. I thought there would be some weirdness with how I was fucking with the vertices. Put her in the dog wiggler. Okay. Now, what the fuck's going on with the tail? Oh, I painted it on tail 1. My bad. Also, I need to make sure that auto normalizes on, and it is. Okay. So that should work better now. Hmm. Tail 1. Let's see. Tail is from here to here. Tail 1 is from here onwards. And then 0.5 for these little middle bits. And then 2 So this is 0 up to here, and then 1 is these segments, so 2 would be from this point onward. And then hit this middle bit here. Topologize, fluffy tail. Hell yeah. And then tail 3 would be just this bit at the end. And I guess we can do a little bit of this. You know what? Not 0.5. We're going to do 0.2, and we're going to do a little bit of... let's do 0.4. Tail 2 would control all of this. Let's have tail 3 grab the little tips here. Tail 2. And then tail 2 is going to grab this one. And maybe this. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay, it's kind of fucked up and weird, but like, that's alright. Tails don't twist like this, so that's probably fine. Yeah, this is the rotation that we're primarily concerned with, and that looks fine. That's fine. That's less fine. I probably need to have it not mess with the little tips here, because that does not look right. That's probably fine. We'd probably leave that part alone. But okay. Need to go back in here. You regain control of your tips. Okay. Let's see. You're gonna stay, like, primarily pretty straight. You're like that. Do a little bit of this. A little bit of this. Yeah. That's a resting tail position. That's a tail. We got ourselves a ding dang on tail. It'd be interesting because I'm going to have to make some sort of like, I'm gonna have to add something to the animation system to process tails separately per character from other animations. Because like anybody who has a tail, they're probably gonna have different resting positions and they'll behave differently during each animation. Thankfully, I think I just need to set it to be a resting position, and then I don't think I want to give it spring bone. Well, maybe I do. Maybe I give it spring bone and then just have the resting position apply to every animation that it's doing. It's probably not going to be that should be all right. I'm pretty happy with how that tail came out. That looks pretty all right. There is one thing I need to fix though. And I also need to reset this to A pose. But I do need, not you. White paint. First of all, before I fix that, you need to be parented to spine 1. Now, spine 1 needs to grab control of this root plane here. If I rotate this like so, yeah, that looks fine. And then yes, I think it's a little hard to tell because it's not like it's kind of attached too high. So if she's turning her fucking upper body, it doesn't look like it's attached at the tailbone. It looks like it's attached too high up. But also, you wouldn't be turning this part of the spine more than like this much anyways. So it's probably fine. Like even this much is like, I would probably start twisting a higher part of the spine before I would let it go this much. So I think that's fine. Ears. We need new bones. New bone, please. This is the bone for Miyabi's ear in fucking ZZZ. Swing that down a little bit. Okay, this one goes like here. You need a new cartilage if you're doing ears? Listen, buddy. I'm gonna fucking get you. This is ear right. This is ear right. I say as I type L. Parent or child of spine 5. If I symmetrize, yikes. That didn't do fucking anything. Don't symmetrize then. I know how to do this. You duplicate and then you don't. And then just change this to positive. Oh, I see. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make... Wait, yes it does. Okay. I got worried for a second. I forgot how heads and tails work with bones. Ear left, ear left 01. Yeah. And then, yeah, this does a whole lot of nothing. Okay. I need to grab you. Spine 5. This one's easy. The whole thing is in spine 5. That's all there is to it. This one's gonna be a little more interesting. So okay. Where is... Ooh, okay. So spine 4 has this, which it probably shouldn't, now that I think about it. But I'll figure it out. For now, what has the top of that? Is it the shoulder? I'm just gonna put this all on spine 3 and whatever happens, happens. Don't tell me I gave it fucking coat. Okay, it does not look like I gave it coat. I was gonna be real upset with myself, but all good. It's gonna be a little tricky to map these out without accidentally painting the stuff on the inside. Well, the fur got kind of fucked up in the back there, but that's okay. No one's literally ever going to see that. It's guaranteed to be hidden by the hair.
Let's go!
Let's go! Welcome inside. Happy Monday. Hopefully, not too much of a Monday for you. We gotta get all the way in here to grab this one. There we go. Should I have made this its own mesh instead of tacking it onto the jacket? Maybe. But it's a little late for that now. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Everything is moving now. That's good. That's good. I think this is fine. The shoulder effect. Oh wait, that's not the shoulder. That's a no. That's not a problem actually. It's a little bit of a problem. Some of the fur does need to follow the shoulder. I see. I'm seeing it. Okay. Rotate coat. Rotate. Not upper arm, though. Upper arm, yeah, no influence from upper arm. But shoulder, we need to grab some of these. Let's grab you. Just this whole ring here. But not the inside. We'll leave that alone. Is stream lagging for anyone else? Oh. Nope, that's on my end. I think I know it's, I know what the deal is. Twitch doesn't like my current VPN location either. Okay, let's see. Let's see how it likes this. Clips into the model a little bit. I think I want to make that like a 0.5 instead of full influence. She's waving. Something to do with the weather on your end. I feel like even if okay, here's the thing. If it's on my end, I can tell very easily because OBS will tell me if I'm having an issue with stream. However, I'm not like, because I'm streaming off of the laptop, it's completely out of my vision if I'm not like, if I don't know to check. So even if you think it's on your end, it would definitely be good to say something so I can look and see if it's me. Because we know my internet and OBS has a fucking history. So no matter what's going on your end, it's always possible that it's me. I do like that she is waving. All right, let's see if we can't fix that. Need to go back to spine 3, set this to 0.5. Oh, you know what? I can just not have it affect the top here. So we can go full 1 on these. Well, that doesn't super work, because now we're clipping through the fur. Okay. So we'll give it 0.5. This, and this, and this. Good enough. It's fucking fine. There it goes. Alright. Now we do the same thing for the other side, and then we get the ears, and then I need to texture the goggles, and texture the whole fucking model, actually. But it's progress. Okay, for shoulder right, grab this one, and this one. And then we grab 0.5 for these. Oh, I forgot. I need to reparent. And with empty groups. There we go. Okay, ear L, which would be this one. You're gonna have these. and this, and this. I think that will work, because you don't want to mess with where it attaches to the head. And then ear L1 is going to be this one. So let's test. That's ear, and then like full ear movement. Not perfect, but I do think you would want like no, absolutely no head monster. Not on stream. That does not seem right. So we don't want this vertex here. We don't want that to move. But then we're not moving like anything. Okay, take that back. Can I do the thing where we like rotate along the Z here? No, we cannot. We cannot fold the ears back, and that's a big problem. You gotta be able to like fold the ears back. That's an extremely important feature of dog. It doesn't help that dog ears are really like complex. Because the way that dog ears fold back is like they twist. They twist on the base, and then the rest of the ear like does some shit like this. And it like folds backwards. It does some shit like this that just absolutely like I do not have the model complexity to make that work. Can I just have it do this? No, doesn't quite look the same. How do they fucking do it, dude? Pushing Witchy with an ear flipped inside out. Yeah, I can do that. I can flip the ear inside out. That one, that works just fine. Mostly. It does still look kind of fucked up. But like, you can do that. But the actual speed mode, I was really hoping I could get speed mode ears, but it looks like that is in fact not going to happen. Okay, I think the best I can do is, first of all, so ear left is going to grab this. And like a little bit of these. It's partially going to grab these. And then the tip is going to partially grab these. Let's see how that works. It's better. It's a little unnatural how the part near the center of the head moves. Maybe I'll turn that off. No, that still doesn't look right. And no amount of folding is going to fix that. I can do the basics and have them like fold down if she's sad. Which it'll do. I can also have this be Springbone, which will help. Okay. So one thing I am gonna fix is I am, in fact, going to have Spine 5 take control of this again. Yeah, that's better. At least we have sadness. Okay, now we do the same thing on the right side. So ear left has this middle one, and then the ring up until this part. So grab this, and these, but leave that one alone. And this has the top, as a top, and these back three. Okay. One, two, three, and that's an ears. Okay, I think that's everything in terms of rigging. Now for a bit of texturing, which I think I can probably get done in an hour. Richie's outfit is on the simpler side. Let's see. First of all, that jacket is much darker with that yellow trim. The shorts are probably gonna take a little bit of doing. And also figuring out the fur. So first of all, this is not the right hair color. It's a ever so slightly too red and too saturated. So we're gonna hop into UV editing and bring Photoshop back into focus. Because now we're gonna be primarily in Photoshop. This looks shopped. Listen, you wouldn't know the first thing. You wouldn't know the first thing about digital editing. These are photographed, all right? I took pictures of a dog wearing this exact outfit. Trying to get that right hair color here. And when things were shopped instead of just generated by AI, yeah. I mean, the sentiment is the same, to be fair. Like, it's just shifted. The cause of the ire has shifted, but the feeling remains. That's a little better. I think I want it a little lighter and less saturated. Little more. Yeah, I think that'll do her. What do you mean Surface Slim Pen 2 battery is low? It's attached. You should be charging it. Is it backwards? Do I need to put it on this way for it to charge properly? We'll see. We'll see if that worked. Man, I sure wish I could fucking check the pen settings. What's my battery at? I need to know if it's charging or not. How to change the pen battery? This is not telling me how to change the pen battery. Oh, here we go. Most digital pens from those are rechargeable. Yeah. Unscrewing the end of the pen. Let me see. I don't think you're fitting a battery in here, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack. This thing is flat as fuck. And I don't want to break it. Hey, you know what? I don't want to break it. I'm just gonna plop that bad boy in there, and we're gonna find out if that helps charge it. It was my understanding that this thing charged while it was magnetically attached to the laptop. Is that the correct shade? Looks close enough. I don't think anybody's gonna notice. It was a lot easier to tell back when I had these models set to emission, because they weren't affected by lighting, which means any slight difference in color would be very, very easy to tell. So I guess it's better that it's not set to emission anymore. But at the same time, there are certain things I like about emission in that the colors do not get you get the purest color experience. But for a game, lighting is cool. Okay. Uh Face. Let us fix the face. Let's go a little bit lighter than that. Let's lock the transparency on here. If I lock the transparency and then do this, love the doggo bean brows, it's very important. Bean brows are extremely important. Okay, that's a lot of shit that I need to fix. Which is great. Now I can finally see all the shit that I accidentally left in. Song rips. Good old Daisuke Ishwatari. Mr. Guilty Gear himself. Though this is not Guilty Gear. But it is, like, it absolutely has a Guilty Gear soundtrack. This is the fucking Hardcore Uprising. The remake of Contra Hardcore that was more anime for the PS3. That shit was banger. I really liked that game, and then I kind of fell off the Contra style shooter. I don't know what you call that. Games like Contra and Metal Slug, I don't know what genre that is per se. But I haven't played a game like that in a hot minute. A bullet hell? Yeah, it's like they're like bullet hells, but they're like 2D platformer bullet hells. That works surprisingly well. The UVs are kind of fucked up, but like in a good way. Cuphead like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I might just leave that as it is. I really like the little streak that it made. The name for the Cuphead genre should just be Cupboard. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think we fucking nailed it with the color here. That's absolutely the darker color there. Now the question is, how does that translate to the neck? Okay, I'm believing. I think I see what we do here. But before we do that, I should probably fix the shirt. The shirt is white with the yellow trim. What? Why is why is it just this for the jacket? Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Okay. I think the best thing to do here would be a color overlay, so that way I can just copy it over. It is very dark gray. It does not have these stripes, but it does have similar stripes. I take this yellow, make it slightly paler. Stripes. I'm going to take this. When did you decide to kimonoify Witchy anyways? So, the reason I wanted to do this is because now that I can 3D model, it's easier to do this in a 3D model compared to drawing. Like, if I was still drawing stuff, I would have a harder time drawing the snoot and getting everything right. But in 3D, it's easier to do that. And Fao's, like, stream avatar is already more kimono now anyways. So I was like, oh yeah, I should make Witchy more kimono to match. And I've watched a fair bit of Star Fox YouTube analysis shit, which has extended into me getting re-exposed to Crystal at critical levels. I'm like, you know what? We should fucking fur it up. Somebody's got to get furred up. Oh, you know what? I should make it the same color as Brea's cloak. That's the shade of gray that I need. Oh, it has a fucking gradient on it because of course it does. Having the Furify Altai just wouldn't hit the same. Wouldn't mind her having things like the forked tongue like she has in NGS, but as a kimono counterpart, can't explain what will be missing. Just wouldn't be the same. I think you have like a dragon version of Altai in 14, don't you? Am I crazy? Or like you have that somewhere where she's just straight up dragon. I think trying to half-ass it wouldn't work. If you're gonna do a feral counterpart, you have to commit a lot more with her. Okay, what color is this? 1E. 1E? That's lighter. Okay, never mind. I was gonna take I was gonna take Breya's color, but it's even darker than this, so I'll leave it as it is. Do you generally think you gotta have a deft hand to take attributes like hair and titties and make them work on a reptile? It's not easy. A lot of times, like, successful iterations of that do not actually have titty. They just have like a pushed out chest that kind of implies titty. Now, granted, there are a lot of reptiles that just straight up have some fucking honkers glued onto the chest. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I have not jorked to shit like that before. But there is a skill to not having to rely on that to make it work. There's a skillful, subtle version of that. Sleeve, that's what I'm looking for. What the hell is... What is this? What is this a part of? Oh, that's skirt, not shirt. Okay. What the fuck do you mean skirt? Did I make this whole section just for the fucking coat straps? I mean, I guess I wasn't using it for anything else. Okay, give me the jacket. I'm gonna take the layer style, slap it right in here. Yeah, I'm always reusing stuff. So this, I believe, when I made Emo's texture, I grabbed Sarah's texture, and Sarah had this segment because she had that waist cape, which actually warranted having this much space. Granted, this was probably too much space even for that, but you know, look at all this empty space I have. There's no reason not to just neatly make a copy of this square for organization purposes. So I guess when I grabbed it for Emo, I had like the jacket straps that needed the little belt, the metallic bit at the end, and the underside. So I guess I just took the whole waist cape square and just reused it for that. So I still have empty space here, so no reason not to. Okay, we're gonna have just the one line. It's this. Which I already have that shade of yellow saved. That works out. Okay, we don't need these here. Actually, I'll take this and just slide it down. And I think we get rid of the shadow on the bottom here. I just think it takes up one too many lines. Yeah, looks good, and then copy it to the other side. Loading screen tip. Because every print plup considers themselves to be the most important, they can never form a group. Oh my god. That, I believe it. I believe it 100%. They work in awful conditions. They cannot form a union. Well, yeah, they're always trying to be the ones at the top. And they know that when they get to the top, they don't want the prinplups beneath them to form a union. Okay, that's good. Now we need the fur trim to be white. I need to set up a space for that here somewhere. Plenty of room to work with. I mean, shit, this isn't being used for anything. I'll just use this. The skirt, once again, being reused for in a completely nonsensical manner. Oh my god, I just realized how the fuck am I gonna get the undersides here? Oh god damn it. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna put these in here. And then I'm gonna do my best. Wait. Yes. Yes! I'm fucking gamer. And then we grab these. I feel like the difference is not particularly noticeable. You can barely tell without the, because of the lighting. The lighting already makes the underside a little bit darker. Okay, let's darken this up a little bit more then. There we go. That's the floof. Speaking of floof, how are you at? Torso, okay. Go in here. Suit, yes. I'm very curious why this section of the texture is like this. I'm sure if I fuck with it, I'll regret it. I think that underside is used for, like, the chin? I think? Let me see. What if I just fucked with it? I like this bottom skin tone, so we're gonna grab that. But before that, I'm gonna do a little test. What shows up when I do this? Okay, that's used for the neck. I see, I understand. So I'm just gonna take this whole thing here. And we're just gonna do... Hang on. Before I do that, I want that to be... Let's see. Yeah, that middle one right there. So we want this like one more in, or two more in, it looks like. Okay. One, two, and then have that go all the way up. Oh, that's inconvenient. There's a weird little square here. Let's see. We want all of these. Well, I guess not these. Let's put these over here. I don't know if that's the move. I think I'm better off just filling in this space more. To like... how many out should I do it? There we go. That'll do it. Okay, now how do I symmetrize this? So that's 1, 2. Okay. So one more here. We want that to be. We want that to be pretty much white. We do want to keep the shorts where they are. We'll fill everything in between. Been fur bombed by the cat? Oh no! Bro, we're getting fur bombed in here. I don't know how you think we're gonna be able to help you. The fur only exaggerates. It's fur all the way down. Let's see. One, two. Okay, one, two. And from here. Trying to figure out if that's a good belly pattern. Benefit of this design change is Witchy's fur-covered abs. True! However, they would be less visible because of the fur. It's pros and cons. Well, the only thing I can do from here is go on E621 and look at the bellies of furries, which means they will assuredly be just fully naked. Yeah, type in exposed and scroll past a lot of stuff that I don't care about being exposed right now. All I want exposed is the midriff. The fur and muscle adds to it. I mean, like, conceptually, absolutely. But visually, you just don't get to see. It's just not as visible. Time for constructive furry belly gazing. Let's look at, like, deer. Deer tend to have cool patterns. Okay, yeah, no, what I'm seeing is pretty similar to what I've done here. What you have now makes sense if the light follows the V-taper. Yeah. Yeah, that seems to more or less be how they do it. Okay. That makes sense. I do think it needs to be a little bit wider, but the issue with that is, like, I'm running out of room here. Our belly. Yeah, that'll do. However, that does mean I'm gonna run into a bit of confusion with the legs, because there's gonna be a fur pattern on the legs as well, and I need to make sure that it, like, is cohesive with what's going on the torso. I was originally going to have it be lighter in essentially this area on the inner thigh. I have to visualize how that would, like, I guess it would be going like this, which is going to be interesting. Or would it be on the outside? Well, back to E621. Either that or extend the bottom of the V downwards. Yeah, but if I do that, it's not going to look interesting on the belly. It would just end up being a straight line going all the way down if I was going to extend it that far. I like the look that we've got going on right now. Show me pictures of deer in shorts. Some of these motherfuckers are not wearing shorts, and I explicitly asked for it. I guess on dogs, it's just two blobs on the inside of the haunches. Okay. Yeah, realistically, I should look at dog, not deer. I don't know why I got caught up on looking at deer. Forest puppies, it's true. When you're right, you're right. It does look like the light part of the two-tone does just extend all the way down and then ends halfway down the thigh. That's just how it works. All right. A lot of antler deer have dog muzzles. Yeah, because it's like it's broadly applicable to anything with a snoot. Okay, which means this is just going straight down. Quite possibly one of the greatest renditions of the Contra Jungle theme ever. Remember playing this back when Guitar Hero World Tour let people upload custom tracks? Oh shit. That's awesome. I do believe that is the end of the playlist, which amazingly would have lined up perfectly with the end of stream, but I do want to get at least started on these legs here. So, I do have something in the same vein. Where is it? Yes. Sounds like something you would actually find unaltered on a Megadeth album. Absolutely. Also, that motherfucker's voice is a golden velvet. They need to be voice acting in fucking everything. Profita. I mean, depending on who you ask. Probably want that to go a little further down. Song reminds you of Splatterhouse? I definitely hear it. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I didn't play much Splatterhouse, but what I did was listen to some of them Lap Fox mashups of Splatterhouse music. That's some good shit. All right, that's like most of it. I gotta I gotta actually color in the shorts. It's good enough for now. I will definitely be finishing this up tomorrow and figuring out what to do with the goggles. And then I guess we're adding and then I guess we're adding Witchy to the game. We're gonna figure out figure out the skills. I'm gonna implement the a fist weapon. Because obviously she do big punch. You know what? Hang on, really quick. So I can post it to Blue Sky. We'll do a little animation. Don't worry, it's not going to be an actual animation. Otherwise, I would be here until 2 in the morning. I just want to spin it. Animation. Rotat Dogo. We do need to get this in the tail into resting position, though. And with a little microwave render, yeah. What the fuck is my FPS? I'm gonna guess it's 60. So 360. And you need to be totally linear. Perfect. Fucking brilliant. Alright. That's great. That's great. That's perfect. Have it take up just enough space. I just realized the glove. the glove. Eh, it's fine. I'll fix it after. It's good enough. It's good enough to post. Let's see. Boy howdy, I sure hope fucking Minty Cosmos is on. I love showing her my artistic endeavors. Let's go! She's on! Anytime I do an art stream, she's on. That's the fucking... That's the goat, bro. That's the artist Oshi. As always, I like to support small streamers, so if you come with me on this raid run, be nice. You can be a little growling bastards if you want, but be nice about it. And most importantly, give the streamer a chance to shine, give them a chance to show their stuff. And until probably Wednesday. I don't normally stream on Tuesdays. So until probably Wednesday. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you, Foul. Thank you, Mino. Thank you, Monster. Thank you, McVin. Thank you, Saint. Thank you, Side. Thank you, Jade. Thank you, Hut. And I feel like that was everybody. If I miss anybody, I do apologize. That is as far back as chat goes. But again, until probably Wednesday, same time, same place, I will see y'all next time.